Hi everyone, this is Ihsan, the Chief Product Officer at OpenBB. In this video, I'm going to showcase a dashboard I built using Snowflake public data. It's an employment data monitor. It focuses on the big labor market releases markets care about most: payrolls, unemployment, wages, earnings, data from sources like the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So let's start on this first tab. I built simple widgets to track total non-farm payrolls, the unemployment rate, and labor force participation. And here's the part I love. OpenBB is not a black box. Every widget includes a code editor right at the top. You can see the Snowflake SQL that powers the result. You can flip between the table view and the chart view. You can tweak settings, or you can change the code completely. Now, OpenBB is more than a dashboard. Every dataset here connects to OpenBB Copilot, which you can open on the right. Let me show you an example. I add these widgets into Copilot's context, then I ask for a short summary of the latest readings ahead of the next BLS release, and I ask it to compare the current levels to the last 10-year averages for extra perspective. Copilot is built for transparency. You can follow what it's doing step by step. You can review the code it ran, and you can audit the trail behind the output. And when it's done, I can move the final note right back onto the dashboard with one click. That's the workflow. Data to analysis to dashboard in seconds. Now let's take this one step further. Snowflake public data gives you the official releases, but as an investor you often want derived metrics, things that reflect your own logic. On this tab, I'm tracking average weekly hours worked and hourly wages from the BLS, but I also wanted a clean view of weekly earnings, both nominal and real. So I compute it. Nominal weekly earnings is simple: hourly wage times average weekly hours. Then for real earnings, I adjust for inflation. And here's the key point. I can pick the inflation lens that matches my framework. This is where Snowflake and OpenBB click together. Snowflake handles the data and compute. OpenBB makes it interactive, readable, and easy to extend. And once I have the series, I ask Copilot for a short note, focused on the spread between real and nominal earnings over the last 10 years, what widened, what narrowed, and what that might signal. It's fast, it's flexible, and it stays fully auditable. So far, we've been looking at headline numbers you can find in the news, but the real power shows up when you want to go deeper. On this third tab, I break down payroll growth by state. Snowflake public data already includes the state-level series from BLS. My job is to turn it into an investor-facing view. First, I use a row group breakdown on top of the Snowflake query to make the table easy to scan. Then I switch to a Python widget. I pivot the data into state-level time series, and I plot multiple states on a single chart so you can compare trends quickly. The big takeaway is this: OpenBB lets you go beyond point-and-click dashboards. If you want to bring in Python, you can, and it runs right on Snowflake's Python environment. So power users can push analysis in any direction without getting boxed in. This last tab looks at industry-level payroll breakdowns, and BLS goes deep here. There are up to 4 levels of detail. So I ask Copilot to generate a Plotly-Sankey chart, a flow view of payroll levels as you drill down. First private versus government, then goods versus services, then the next layer, and the next. It's a great way to understand composition without staring at a giant table. And I also save the underlying data as its own widget. That way, Copilot can answer questions like, which industries are adding the most employees right now, without me trying to decode the visual. This is what customization looks like when the app, the data, and the analysis layer all work together. So that's the Employment Data Monitor, powered by Snowflake Public Data, delivered as an OpenBB Snowflake native app. And this is just the beginning. We just launched in the Snowflake marketplace, and we'll keep sharing new dashboards and new app ideas to show what's possible. If you want to try it, check out our OpenBB website or our Snowflake marketplace listing. Links are in the description. See you next time for another app showcase.